Maverick Indicators here. All right, I am getting into this CL trade.
Order filled.
And I'm actually going to get into two contracts here, okay? And I'll walk you through why I'm getting into this trade. And this is, let me turn off my zones and let me walk you through it. So first things first, we got a green background. The bulls are in control, green background. Very, very cool. Then we're starting to get bright green candles. Let me zoom in here. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Bright green is your strongest upside data candle. Hot pink is your strongest downside data candle. The Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. So if you see pink, it will most likely sink, is what we say. And then if you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen, okay? So just a way to remember that. We're starting to get bright green candles. On top of that, let me show this, okay? We like to go, sorry guys, if you're watching on your phone, we like to go short when price is below this blue line. This blue line is called the Maverick Guide. We like to go long when price is above it. I could show you that over and over and over and over again, okay? We like to go long when price is above it, short when price is below it. Long when price is above it, short when price is below it. By the way, also, a lot of times people say, hey, how do I stay out of chop? How do I stay out of chop? Well, we don't get into gray candles. Here's a perfect example. We don't get into gray candles. We don't get into gray candles. We don't get into gray candles. Okay, we stay out of the gray. Okay, so really important there. But look at how it was. Gray is indecision candle. Then you had red candles, your second strongest downside data candle. Then you had hot pink. This thing just came straight down. Then you were coming over here. You got into this chop. Green candles, bright green candles, took off. You know, so anyway, really cool stuff how the Maverick AI Pro colors your candles to the data, not to price and direction. And it gives you that kind of that intel. All right, let me get back here. Okay, so we have a green background. We're starting to get bright green candles. We're above the blue line, the Maverick Guide. Okay, we have a B setup to the upside. And we're just about to lose it because you're coming into manipulation time. Watch, this will turn red. Now we're in manipulation time, okay? Now, does it mean that price is going to be manipulated? No, but this is potential manipulation time. So I wouldn't be shocked if we got a little retracement. We might not, but I wouldn't be shocked if we got a little retracement. So we have a B set up to the downside on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick Radar. What the Maverick Radar is doing is it's going through our entire checklist of what we want to see from our indicators, and then it grades each one. And then it'll give you this like total grade right here. And it'll tell you, do you have no setup, a B setup, or do you have an A setup, okay? And we want to know about the B setups because that means something's forming, right? Or you're losing your setup. But right now we have a B setup to the upside, okay? And we can see it playing out. This is a great confirmation tool because if I don't have a score and I'm thinking about getting into a trade, I won't do it because I don't have a score, right? I want at least a B setup or an A setup, okay? Maverick Trender is pegged to the top. We call these flat tops. When that line is pegged to the top, it's showing massive strength and momentum. Look where it started. It started right here, okay? Now price is here. That is a beautiful move. We call these flat tops. Look at this flat top. This is 5 in the morning, guys. Look at this flat top. It started here. Where did it end? Ended right here, okay? That is a profitable move, okay? Anytime you see these flat tops, the spikes we just don't mess with, right? But look at this flat top. Where did it go? From here? Where did it end? Right? Wow, it ended right here. Beautiful move, okay? And it goes, so green is to the upside, red is to the downside. So here's your flat top here, okay? Where did it start? It started right here and it ended where? Here. Boom, that's a profitable move. you have to take that whole move? No, but that's a profitable move, okay? All right, all 5 traders are pretty bullish. They're voting across 6 time frames, and you can set these time frames for whatever you want. But imagine if I put you in the room with 5 other traders. These are algorithms, but 5 other traders who all had a completely different style, and they were mostly bullish across 6 time frames. Would that give you more confidence to go long? Probably. I would think so. Okay, so what we're doing here is we're stacking. Talk about this in every video. Stacking probability, okay? Sorry, I'm working on a second monitor, so I'm always like, did I just spell that right? And I haven't had my coffee. We're stacking probability in our favor, okay? Because nobody knows where the market's going to go exactly, for the next, nobody, right? Nobody's got a crystal ball. But what we do is we stack probability. Green background, bulls are in control. Bright green candles, your strongest upside data candle. Prices above the blue line. We like to go long when price is above the blue line, short when price is below the blue line. We have a B setup to the upside of the ultimate trading assistant going through your entire setup to score. What kind of setup do you have? And right now we have a B setup to the upside. Maverick Trender is not flinched. This sucker has been solid since way back here. Okay. This flat top here has been pegged to the top. You have an uptrend label, but look, this is going to move super slow. It's Friday. A lot of traders don't even trade on a Friday, but we're going to. We are right now. We're going to trade options later on using our Maverick indicators. But it's 7:23 a.m. This is oil. It's going to move super slow. Now, the final thing I want to show you that we're stacking this probability is our Maverick zones. Okay, this is auto drawing our support and resistance zones. No longer do I have to go over here and grab my I can, but grab my highlighter and do all that and stuff. No. Now this auto draws my support and resistance zones for me. How sick is this? But it doesn't just do it by price action, although price action came literally to the T here, but it was drawn before here, which is super cool. So we already had the zone in place when price came down here and tapped this zone to the tick, came back up, bounced off this zone that you already had drawn, came down here, you already knew this zone was here, and now it's coming up to, this is a zone to zone game. Well, what's cool is that number one, it auto draws your support and resistance zones by probability, which is big. Okay, then as price comes near the zone, it's going to give you this probability score of price holding or breaking. And anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90% is like a brick wall, okay? And price a lot of times likes to move away from these brick walls if we have them, all right? But 61, totally game for breaking. And you're seeing it slowly push through here, okay? Now again, it's 7:25 a.m. We might see some retracement. It's manipulation time, but this is just going to be a slow grind. I'm in 2 minis and I'm only down, $100. It's a slow grind. Okay. Where would I target? I'm looking to get up here. Am I looking for this full move? No, not at 7:25 a.m. Could I get it? Yeah, look at this thing. This thing fell all the way down here starting at 1:55 a.m. But my point is, and I like a slow market. You guys know that if you've been watching the channel for a little bit, because it gives me time to think. I'm not the world's best trader. Like, I need time to think, process, make decisions, deal with my emotions, all that stuff. But when I have indicators on my chart like this that are pointing out, oh, the bulls are in control. Hey, buddy, you got bright green candles, All 5 traders are pretty bullish across 6 time frames. My mom could tell if there's more green here than red, right? Okay. Maverick Trender has not stopped being pegged to the top. And we have this uptrend label right here. And the creme de la creme, we got the B set up on the ultimate trading assistant, the Maverick radar. Okay, going through our entire checklist to decide, do we even have a setup? Now you see it's blinking right now because it's calculating per tick. So we're on the edge of a B setup. You actually have most of the ingredients of an A+ setup, believe it or not, the only thing that's missing is the Maverick Multi-X, which is up here, which you have that we're getting a little bit of retracement. But so if you're a scalper and you just use the 1 minute chart, man, this thing could be your best friend. This thing and the Maverick Trender is pretty sweet. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to keep my eyes on this. I'll leave my chart up. We're down just a little bit. I am pretty heavy here, so no big deal, but we're going to probably bounce right off the guide or the bottom of this zone and then head up because everything is very, very bullish here. All right, so we're finally pushing through this zone right here. You have a low zone score, so we should have no problem breaking through this zone here, targeting the next zone. We have bright green candles. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. You got a B set up to the upside on the Ultimate Trading Assistant. Maverick Trender has been pegged this entire time. And all 5 traders are pretty bullish across 6 time frames. This thing's so clutch. Instead of having 6 charts on your monitor, trying to go out to Best Buy and buying, 10 computer monitors, why not have the Maverick Multi-X in a nice, neat little package up here telling you what's going on 6 time frames through the lens of 5 traders? Like, that's insane. That's absolutely insane. So I just love this indicator. It's actually the indicator that started all of Maverick Indicators. Anyway, that I paid a small fortune to create version 1. And now we're on version like 150. But anyway, all right, let me turn my zones back on. And by the way, this is part of the toolkit for NinjaTrader. All our indicators work on NinjaTrader and TradingView in the Ultimate Edge bundle. This is an add-on, though, for NinjaTrader that essentially turns NinjaTrader into TradingView. So you can put all your favorite drawing tools over here. Guys, I'm going to add to this position. All your favorite drawing tools here. You can turn on and off indicators like this. So pretty cool. Comes with the atomic clock that's going to point out potential manipulation times here. And then it comes with the Maverick News. I didn't even check if we have news today. Let me turn off the zones. Let me turn on the news. Okay, so the news, of course, this is going to be right in the way. Let me go like that. There we go. So the news, so we got news today at 10 a.m. So you're going to want to, not sure when I'm going to be able to post this on YouTube, but 10 a.m. news, this could throw a wrench in your trades right here. So 10 a.m. news, I am terrible at checking the news. I just love this indicator because what it's going to do is it'll tell me what the news is for the day. I just click it over here. Hey, Maverick News. Okay, cool. All right, here's my news. And then it'll mark it on my chart. It'll actually put a line. This is all optional, but it'll mark it on. So as price is coming in here and I'm like, oh, shoot, there's news. I didn't check the news. At least I know it's coming. But pretty cool stuff. So and with a click of a button, I can make it go away. So there we go. All right. So I'm just going to keep watching this thing. I'll leave my chart up. And probably we don't even need to get up to this zone to hit my goal of, you guys know I normally just close it at 1,000. But if I had to guesstimate, it'd be somewhere around here. We don't have to get all the way there. And I might even drop in one more contract if I feel like we're starting to peter out up here, if I just want to hit my goal before we have to get to this zone. Because at 7:30 in the morning, we may get to this zone because this is a zone to zone game. You friction, you broke off, you stopped here, you came back up, Maverick guide, boom, broke through, came up, stayed between these two zones. Now you're breaking through. Doesn't mean that at 7:30 on a Friday of all things, we can't, for 2 hours get hung up in between these zones. So I don't want to do that. I want to free up my eyeballs to go trade options later, but you can see we're breaking through this zone. Beautiful. All right, I'm actually going to add to this position because we just broke that zone. Okay, and remember there was a zone right here. Once we break it, that zone will go away unless price comes back to it and it needs to, unless price comes back to it and it needs to become support, that zone will show back up. The Maverick zones will auto draw that zone for you. All right, we're pumping, baby. Let's go. Let's go. All right, so we're halfway there, like your boy John Bon Jovi. And I'm even making jokes, and I haven't had a sip of coffee yet. So we're up about $300 to $500. It's gonna wane a lot because we are in manipulation time. So I did just kind of break one of my rules. I normally don't add to a position when this time is red, but that's okay. I'm allowed to be human. Okay, so I'll keep my screen up. You guys know how I roll. If we get close to 1,000, I will close this out. I'm gonna move my stop loss way up. There we go. All right, cool. So I'm gonna leave my charts up. We have broken through that zone. That zone is now gone. Hopefully it doesn't reappear, which means that price is starting to come back down, and then the zone will be support. And it doesn't mean that we can't start coming up here, retrace back, and then create a zone here, okay? And if you just heard order filled, I am running a test on some, I don't want to share it yet, but I'm running a test on a pretty banger formula. So I don't want to get into it right now because then everybody's like, when's it coming out? When's it coming out? But it's pretty sick. And it is, you can see I am trading this chart and I am doing nothing else. I do not have another chart I am trading, meaning that it's doing it without me. So I got something pretty sick cooking here with some of our quants. So pretty cool. And let's keep our eye on this trade, though. I don't want to let the cat out of the bag on the other thing that we are feverishly testing and working on. Okay. All right. So I'm going to leave my chart up. We'll keep watching this thing. I wouldn't expect it to just, right? I would expect it. This is, again, it's 7:37 a.m. I would expect it to come up, retrace a little bit, then come up. But I mean, who knows? Market can do anything at any time. I'm just going to let my Maverick indicators guide me through the process. We're stacking probability. How beautiful is it that we have so many things? Bright green candles. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Maverick trender has been pegged to the top all the way since here. This is a huge move that it pointed out, right? You have a B set up on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. Okay. The only reason you don't have an A+ setup is Trader 5 is holding out on the 15-minute chart. Trader 5 on the 15-minute chart is still a little bearish, which makes sense because you were coming down all night long. That 15-minute chart is going to take longer to turn around, right? Yeah, we got this uptrend label, green background, and pretty cool stuff. And can we work our way up to the next zone? Or are we going to come down and create a support zone and then move up? Not sure. We will see. But we have all the evidence in our favor to be bullish. Okay? To be bullish. Pretty stinking cool. We are in manipulation time, which sometimes can work in our favor if it's, pushed to the upside and then they want to take it a little bit more downside. But when this price is green, when this time is green, sorry, I'm paying attention to three things here. When this time is red, that's manipulation time. So, but looks like it's working a little bit in our favor. All right, I'm gonna leave my screen up. I'm actually gonna have a sip of coffee so I can talk today. The word talk didn't even come out of my mouth. So I can talk today. My brain will get online, and I'll just leave my chart up. All right, so one thing I want to point out is we have a brick wall down here. 94 is such a high score, and price a lot of times likes to move away from the highest score. Now look, your Maverick zones actually auto drew this, and price didn't come back down. So it's not like because price was coming down, now a zone appeared. It ran a probability formula to go, hey, due to 8 million things that we're looking at, I'm exaggerating, but there is now a potential zone here, but it's a super strong zone. 92 is like a brick wall. A lot of times price likes to repel away from these brick walls, but we'll watch it. Again, it is very slow action. It's 7:41 a.m., But man, how cool is it that we know where our zones are by probability, and then we have these scores, okay? Again, anything less than 90% is game for breaking. Anything greater than 90%, this is like a brick wall, okay? All right, cool. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I will just hit the close button if we get up to about 1,000. But I'm thinking we're going to hit a little resistance. I mean, we just had 1, 2. This would be our third candle up in a row. But let's see. Let's watch it. I love seeing this. Love seeing that. Okay. And we continue to. We should have an A+ setup here. Sorry, my zones are in the way. Let me stretch that out so you can see the Maverick radar. We should have an A+ setup, but man, the 15-minute chart, Trader 5 is still a little bearish there. Really slow to turn their attention to this uptrend because you just came down like all night long, you know? So the 15-minute chart and this particular trader is going to take a little while longer to change his mind, his or her mind. All right, cool. Oh, here we go. Let's go. I really don't need a huge push. I'm in 4 contracts. Okay. Got my stop loss at the top of this zone. And I just need a nice little pushy push. And we don't need to get all the way up here. I probably just need to get somewhere around here. So we don't need to go from zone to zone. Would it be cool? Would it be amazing if we just popped up and threw this? Yeah, it's gonna be ridiculous, but probably not gonna happen at 7:42 a.m. All right, cool. I'm gonna leave my charts up, and everything's still looking to the upside, looking beautiful. I will close it if we get up to around the $1,000 mark. All right, guys, so we're getting a nice push here. Let's go. Bright green candles. I want to draw this out for you, but I really don't want to take my finger off the close button. I don't really use the take profit like that guy way up there. I don't really use that often. Okay, so we're, oh, hang on. I was just going to draw, and then I'm like, wait, this thing might pop straight up. Okay, we now have an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. Let's go. Boom. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. Man, I wasn't far off. I was just drawing a line up here going, if we get up here. Guys, this is clear vision. This is stacking probability. This is stacking probability, right? Okay. Stacking probability. Okay. We're stacked. Oh, that is not how you spell stacking probability. How do I change that? There. Boom. Stacking. Oh my gosh, I really screwed that up. See, I told you I'm just starting to drink my coffee. Stacking probability, right? Green background. The Maverick AI Pro is giving us a green background. Bright green candles. If you see bright green, it might just fly right off your screen. Maverick Trender has been pegged all the way since back here. All the way since back here, guys. All the way since back here. The Maverick Trender, we've had this flat top, and it's huge move. We have an A+ setup on the Ultimate Trading Assistant, the Maverick Radar. We had a B setup for most of that time. All 5 traders are voting bullish across 6 time frames. You can set these time frames for whatever you want. I mean, how cool is that? And then we broke right through our zones. We had a weak score. We had a zone over here. We broke through it. Then we were coming up here. The Maverick zone says, hey, you got another zone here, but man, it is like a 92% score, which tells us that price is going to repel away from it. This is clear vision. This is, man, I love these indicators. All right, so listen, if you want clear vision on your charts, if you want edge in the market, all our indicators on the Ultimate Edge bundle work on NinjaTrader and TradingView. And we would love, love, love to help you crush it. Not financial advice. Do your own research. Never any guarantees in any market. But man, if you're just using red and green candles, this thing just guided us through this trade. So come check us out. All right, MaverickIndicators.com. That's MaverickIndicators.com.